I mean, I believe that there's a big difference between theory and practicality. And when you're there and you're supporting things like social services, investing in CPS or in education across the board, you have to take votes that provide funding for that. So while I believe in providing resources to groups, you have been busy slashing them. So as I traveled the state of Illinois, and I talked to working men and women, and I talked to people with disabilities, parents who have children with autism, they're not saying the same story you are about giving you awards. They're talking about having the opportunity to vote on November 8th to change the current status quo. So I'm proud of my record in the legislature, working on behalf of hardworking men and women, investing in schools, not calling them crumbling prisons, not calling teachers illiterate, investing in the opportunity for teachers to. The governor has, and she's not spoken against it one time.
I stand here on my own record.
Well, he certainly didn't appoint me to an office that, and I've stood up. As I said, no, you shouldn't. But guess what? I've stood up every time.
You sort of repeat yourself here.
Yes.
If I can ask you, just slow down. When we go back and check the budget votes, how many of the budgets did you vote against?
I voted.
The legislature?
I voted for the budgets because it was the right thing to do. It was the right thing to do.
Budgets were, there was not enough money to pay what you were giving away. How could you do that?
It was the right thing to do to pass a budget and pay for our schools, pay for our pensions. I'm not the one who postponed the pension payment. That was Comptroller Munger. It wasn't Comptroller. Excuse me?
Those budgets were serially unbalanced. This is what we're trying to get to. You are talking about being independent. That's fine.
Yes.
Can you please help us with why you were voting for unbalanced budgets?
It was important to balance the budget, and we did. We did balance the budget. We did pay for schools. We did provide social service funding.
You didn't balance.
So when have we ever been $10 billion in the hole or close to that? Except for now,
10 billion.
we're $8 billion now. We'll be there by election day.
It was 10 billion under Governor Quinn when you voted
You
to raise our taxes.
leaders about that, but you're not helping with. You were voting for budgets. You talked about all the things you wanted to give money to. That's great, but the revenue wasn't going to be there.
You gotta have
Why
money
were
to
you
write the
voting?
checks.
Please, Ms. Munger, why were you voting for those unbalanced budgets?
We did balance the budget
You're
every
asking to be
year.
our
So guys, we did.
Please.
During 2 of those
How
years,
do-
the were complete pension holidays. The General Assembly skipped 2 years of paying into the pension fund at all.
And then I voted for legislation that would prohibit skipping those pension payments. But unfortunately, our current comptroller went ahead and postponed the pension payment, and it resulted in a negative outlook rating from Moody's. So these things have consequences. We set things in place, and the reality of it is that only as of now, these last 2 years, even by Cranes, which is fiscal conservative paper, have they agreed that everything that we see in the state of Illinois now is worse off than it ever has been before.
You're
So how is that different?
The 10 budgets you voted for were balanced budgets. Is that what you're, and that
The 10 budgets that I voted for provided the services in this.
It's a simple yes and no.
I believe
Were
they
the budgets balanced, or were they not, and did they fund the pensions?
did not fund the pensions.
But you voted
But they allowed for us to get to funding the pensions. And I believe that, yes, we haven't funded them yet. And I'm one who believes that we absolutely need to reform pensions in the state of Illinois. So,
What
Every
budget
pension
payment,
payment.
what budget payment hasn't been made?
no, I'm saying that we postponed the pension payments during the crisis.
No, we did not. We made, under the law, I need to make.
Yes, the
full pension payment
legislation.
within a
He's
year.
talking about the legislation.
Oh, you.
I'm saying that you went ahead and delayed payment on the pension payment
No.
that was required to be done by law. Yes, you did.
No.
And
No, I
Moody's
did not.
downgraded
The
it.
law requirement requires me to make the payment within a year. I have been making the payment every month. In November last year, we were frankly out of money. It was our lowest revenue month, and I could not make all the court order payments, the salary payments, the education payments, and still pay the pension, make the contribution to the pension fund on that same date. But I'm required to do it within the year, and as a reminder, Comptroller Dan Hines usually saved the entire payment until the end of the fiscal year.